Hello, friends of FIMS. Thank you so much for joining me today as we talk about social media marketing. My name's Erin Isings. There's a lot to be said for this topic. I could talk for hours about it, but I've been given a time slot, so let's just dive right in. So in my digital communications, fundamentals of digital marketing class, we talk about a number of aspects of social media, and there are a few of them here. So we look at campaign management and we look at strategic planning. So we ask ourselves things like, what are our goals for a particular initiative that we want to launch? Do we want to raise awareness of our brand? Do we want to create conversations or engagement? Or do we want to increase what we refer to as conversions? That could be something like making a sale of a physical product, or it could be earning a vote of constituents. We also look at content management. So what, how, and when to post. We talk about and learn about organic content, so content that your brand is creating for your followers, and the difference between that and promoted content, which are social media ads that you purchase to show to other audiences. We look at multi-platform marketing, which we will talk about today, and we also talk about analytics. So how to measure what your audience loves and how to give them more of that. That's my least popular moment when I say Justin Bieber and Quavo are incorrect in more than just their grammar when they say you don't need no mentions. When we approach social media from the perspective of brand management, you do in fact need mentions. Finally, we look at online reputation management. So how you can work through good public relations and good SEO to maintain a healthy online presence for your brand. So let's get to it. You probably already know that social media marketing is very different than using social media as an individual. And it's really important to be strategic with the content that you're distributing across all platforms. So when I refer to platform, I'm talking about different social media platforms or channels. So things like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. So we're going to look today at different platforms and how to leverage them when we're marketing through social media. So when you're managing a brand's social media presence, you need to be aware of various uses and strategies for different social media platforms. So some platforms are best suited for video content, others lend themselves much better to text-based marketing. It's also really, really important to keep your brand's your brand's audience in mind while planning content for social media. So if someone's following you on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, they don't want to see the exact same content copied and pasted on each channel. It's repetitive, it's boring, and they might decide to unfollow you on all of the platforms except one. So you need to make sure that you're bringing value to your audience on every platform. And that means you should reformat or repurpose your content to match the appropriate format for each channel. And you need to determine which approach you'll take for each platform when you're planning the social media strategy for your brand. So let's look at an example. We're going to look at how the team at Lush Cosmetics changed their social media strategy between 5 different platforms. So we're going to look at Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So this specific example focuses on the launch of their Momentum campaign. This initiative ran earlier this year, and that was in support of Black Lives Matter. So you may know about Lush already. They are a company that makes fresh, handmade cosmetics for skincare. They're vegetarian, a certain portion of them is vegan, they're preservative free, and they also do brand activism, which is important to our lesson today. So let's have a look at how Lush rolled out their Momentum campaign across 5 different platforms. So here we can see on Twitter, Lush announces the launch of the campaign. So they've broken the announcement out into small, digestible, 280 characters or less tweets that are mostly text-based, but occasionally accompanied by some version of the campaign ad. They've also made use of the Threads feature, which is unique to the Twitter platform. So let's have a look at how they rolled out on Instagram. And if you have a look here through Lush's Instagram page, you'll notice that they're posting content created specifically for the Instagram platform. So there are quick videos for the Momentum campaign. There's some user-generated content involving their products. There's seasonal tips and tricks and new product launches. So just to name a few. Now, as you saw in the previous slide on Twitter, Lush is promoting The momentum campaign through text-based promotions. So it's tweets with still images. But on Instagram, they're using video content as the primary method for appealing to their Instagram followers. So I'm guessing you're probably starting to see now how content can and should vary between different platforms. So here is Lush's rolling out on LinkedIn. We have the banner that's used with a text number, and this was designed to start conversations and to increase engagement. And now we come to Facebook, where we can see that we don't have the same text limits that we see across other platforms. So this allows for a lot more freedom when you're writing copy for your brand's announcement. And remember, this is a regular organic post on Lush's Facebook page. This is not a promoted ad. So you may also notice that the image that Lush has used here on Facebook, it's different than the dimensions that they used for Twitter. One reason for that is that this Facebook post was viewed on mobile, not desktop. And it's important to build your content based on the optimal image ratio for each platform, especially considering that a large portion of your audience will be looking at your social media on a mobile device. In the example here, this is YouTube, you'll see that Lush is using the YouTube platform to screen their live event for momentum. And if you take a look at their campaign across all their other platforms, you'll occasionally notice they have a call to action asking their audience to set a reminder or tune into their live event. So this is a really great way to measure your multi-platform campaign success. You can monitor whether your message is getting across to your audience through a metric, which is the number, in this case, the number of reminders being set. So YouTube as a platform is best used for video marketing. It's great for hosting and for monitoring the success of video campaigns, and Lush is clearly taking advantage here of YouTube's ability to host a live video event, something that they're not trying to do on any of their other social media platforms, even though all the other social media platforms offer that option. So to sum up here, Twitter is a platform that drives discussion. Instagram relies on relies heavily on those snappy, attention-grabbing imagery and videos. LinkedIn caters to a professional audience and contributes very strongly to the corporation's perception. Facebook is a platform that drives shares and conversation based on high-impact content, something like still images, videos, or some really powerful messaging. And finally, YouTube is a platform intended for hosting video campaigns and building loyalty. So having said that, the uses for each platform do overlap depending on the purpose you want to use them for. Everything comes back to your organization's goals and objectives. So build your digital marketing strategies for each platform depending on what you want to use it for. What are the goals? Is it driving sales, building loyalty, or starting conversations? It's up to you as the brand's social media manager. But keep in mind the unique aspects of each platform, and always remember to bring value to your audience wherever they may find you. So finally, here are a few sample practice questions that you could perform in small groups later today. I'm at my time limit, so I'll sign off now, but thanks very much for tuning in.